But I'm
I
trying
think
to
that
ask,
that is
I
part of the issue. I think that's part of the issue. It's like, yo, why has it got to be a game? You know what I mean? Why can't it be we work together to establish, like you said, you know what I'm saying? There are circumstances, you know what I'm saying? There are things set up to where we are blinded by, you know, false pretenses of what success should be. You feel me? Just because that's not us, we're looking at someone else to see, okay, this is what success is. You know, not even in our own eyes, just in their eyes. Now, my thing is, it's an issue because so many men, and I'm speaking for the brothers now, this is No Man Monday.
No Man Monday, let's go.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So many brothers is like, yo, you want all of this from me. You know what I mean? As far as protection, as far as, you know what I'm saying, stability, as far as
companionship,
all of this companionship, as far as everything else, which we are happy to provide. But on the other hand, you're not even willing to acknowledge us as part of this whole situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's no acknowledgement.
No, that's a real issue, but you have to remember where the issue comes from. Now, years ago, I'm studying religion abroad. I come back home. I tell my mother I'm a Muslim. She said, "You can't be no Muslim. I gave you to Christ when you were 9. You can't undo that." And at some point, I had to stop arguing with my mother for her conditioning. I said, you know what? This information ain't even for you. This information is for me. Do you see? Oftentimes we'll look at the problem and go, well, you do this and you do that without understanding where that conditioning comes from. She's conditioned, just like the African brothers and sisters are colonized, right? They're conditioned. So you can't have an intellectual conversation with a person that's conditioned and expect them to see your point, because they're going to argue from their conditioning. Why? Because their conditioning is now enmeshed in their self-identity. So here we are talking about what she done did, but we're not talking about how she got like that. I had to leave my mother alone. I'm not going to argue with you about this. And the moment I removed my expectations of who I thought she should be, you know what, Mom, you should stop spending money and sending offerings to Peter Popoff for prayer cloths. That shit don't work. I had to leave that. You need that, Mama. I'm going to let you have that. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
The bigger picture is show up as grown.
Now, let me ask you this.
Wounded.
Real quick, I gotta ask you this because this is perfect. Like you said, Jordan and Scotty was too easy. That was too easy, bro. So let me ask you: do you live with your mother?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm in my condo.
Okay, so the fact that you don't live with your mother and you can say, "Hey, Ma, guess what? I'm grown. Peace." Don't always translate when you share a bed.
Absolutely. But again, you're back to the social construct. If you get the Black's Law Dictionary, you look up 2 words in the Black's Law Dictionary, 3rd edition, look up freedom, and then look up liberty, right? Freedom, the legal definition is clear, unconditionally free. Liberty, the legal definition is freedom within constraints.
Oh, okay.
Most of us are constrained. Now, why are we constrained? There's 80 million white families in America. They have $100 trillion of wealth in a 100 trillion, 120, 130 trillion dollar economy. White folk got 100 trillion of that. Do you know 20 trillion of that is liquid cash? 20 trillion cash? Now, Black families, 20 million Black families. right? Of the 20 million Black families, half of the 20 million Black families are worth negative $200 billion.
Shit.
Collectively, we have 6.5 trillion. 2% of the nation's wealth is in the hands of the 20 million Black people. And most of that wealth, 2% of that wealth, is in the hands of baby boomers who are getting ready to die and their kids is waiting to inherit their property. The other 0.6% of Black wealth in America is in the hands of everybody else, from Beyonce to me and you. We don't have no wealth. And this is where the sisters with their standards are outdated. If you're gonna have a standard for a man, understand the condition of the society in which we live. You cannot say, I'm making $100,000, he gotta make more. Well, who you talking about? When they went after Rich Paul, they went after LeBron's agent, Rich Paul. Why? Rich Paul is a Black man. He's a Black man who revolutionized the agent game in the NBA. You know why they went after him? And you know how they went after him? They said, you know what? Only 16% of African-American men have degrees. So now no agent can talk to college students if he don't have a degree. How do you make that rule without knowing that Rich Paul didn't have a degree? Ooh. So if a sister don't know the social redlining that's happening.
Sisters don't even watch basketball. Hold on, man.
Come on. That's my point, though.
Go ahead.
They say the man should be the breadwinner. Well, let's do the numbers. According to the Federal Reserve, sisters make more money than men.
He don't win the bread.
The sisters make more money. So is she gonna pay for the date? Do you see the contradiction? You ain't gonna pay for the date, but you make more money. Now, sisters make 63 cents on the dollar. When you factor in the fact that America is only 5% of the world's population, but has 25% of the world's incarcerated inmates, and 50% of that 25% are Black men, and you factor in how much they get paid, it drops Black men's salary down to 51 or 52 cents on the dollar. What the fuck are you expecting from him?
Everything.
If you're gonna be educated about what keeps us separate. You got Disneyland standards and we got Cabrini Green resources.